Did I? Uh-oh. Kayla.
I had to go blow my nose.
Woo! Alright.
I am here. I'm sorry.
Oh, you could. I mean, I walked away to change my shirt anyway, so. Hi. And
You went live?
I did go live, because we'll just, you know what, screw it, we'll do it live. We really have, we could go with anything really today. Because, I mean, there's so many character designs I need to do. There's environments that we need to put into a lot of our other pieces. There's just so many things, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I just... What is the creative process going to take us on today? Ooh, icon designs. Is that what you plan on doing? Yeah?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know. I could.
I just saw yours you flash up there and say icon, saying that you went live. And wait a second. Before anyone messages me, stop messaging for a brief moment because I'm there we go. Okay, now I can see all the chats. So if you're trying to chat, I can see it now. Whew, almost forgot that. That would have been terrible to like go halfway through the the stream and not have it open at all. All right, we're good. We got this. And it's not stream day without some technical issue or a certain somebody being stupid. Hey, I admitted.
Off stream.
I admitted that I did a little oversight. But all right. So what are you thinking about? We have. Gosh, what other? I mean, there are many projects. There's the Limbo Lumberjack that I worked on last week. I mean, I still got Alpaca Jason actually finished inking. I have Joseph Icon that I could actually fill in coloring probably today. I could start off with that, do some coloring. Because that's just a quick little decisive thing. See what we make. Why not? So there we go. Here's the drawing screen. Alright, yeah. Now, they're called Techno Axe. Am I getting that right? I think, because I'm using the same group that you listen to, Kayla.
Yeah, it just might be a bit harder to find just because he does, like, they do a bunch of different stuff for different kinds of, like, for all your needs for music. Like, they even got, like, Halloween music and all that other stuff.
Cool. I wonder if we could ever use it for animated shorts, if it's that free. Or if it's just for streaming.
No, I'm pretty sure you can do that too.
No, that's pretty wicked then. I'll have to sit here and definitely listen to all of his music.
I think all they really ask is to give them credit for it.
Oh, absolutely. I would never use somebody's work without mentioning them. That's why, again, I say Technoax. It's what we're listening to right now. What I'm listening to.
No copyright sounds, but
see,
I'm on Mixer
we changed
only,
it.
So you've got a bunch of other places that might not play nice with it.
Yes, which is what I'm always trying to look for when playing music.
It's going to be picking up on your music from your recorded ends, so. I don't know if it actually does with mine. But...
And eventually, when I get the new mixer, because the other one decided to just die on me, I'll have more functionality over all of the music. Because actually, I'm going with a big upgrade on it. Might as well, since, my warranty said, hey, yeah, we'll just refund you the money instead of fix it for you. Cool. So it all works out. No, even though Joseph didn't pick mine. I'll finish coloring it.
Well, this is the one. Yeah, this is that mess. I'm just gonna take the head and make that the icon.
Cool.
So do that.
I was really trying to do this quick because I'm like, oh my gosh, I was coloring this horribly. What little I have done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do not need 1,000 pixel big frickin'. Wonderful. Misclicking.
It's not necessarily going to be upside down.
You know, this icon for Joseph looks adorable.
Say what now?
My icon for Joseph looks adorable. I still think that.
In a creepy way, sure.
Oh, incredibly so. I ain't gonna deny that. Actually, almost, you know, instead of looking at like, what is it, the Siam, monkey, it looks more like fish type because I didn't give him a nose. You know, I think that's why he didn't pick me in the end, because like I don't like the fact that you didn't give me a nose. I don't. It's the whole thing. It's his nose supports the rest of his face. It really. Right?
Indeed.
It gives him his somewhat character, and I just cold-heartedly said no, he's not getting a nose. I decided that, and I understand now why why I didn't prevail.
By the way, my headphones are plugged back in, so.
Cool. So I can say whatever weird stuff? Wait.
Sure.
Actually, I don't know why I'm coloring in the eyes that particular color, because I need to actually desaturate it if it's going to be underneath glasses. Just because, you know, I can do that. Because it's the tint. Exactly, see? Here we go. We're fixing things. We're remembering as we go along. Since there's glasses, we have a color shift. Of course, this means that more colors, different colors, have to be used. Because I also get to shade everything I'm doing. Alright. Again, anyone, if you pop in, feel free at any point to ask for a weird little drawing. And so when you're making your icon, what were kind of the things that you were picking up on about Joseph? Let's gush about a boy. I'm sorry. I know, it's the weirdest thing I could say, and I said it. I understand.
Gosh, guys.
Yeah, I mean, did you really fall in love with his eyes? Like, they are so adorable. And oh my gosh, that smile of his. Oh, it could melt a puppy's heart. Okay. I know. I'm being ridiculous.
Shut up, Nathan.
Alright, it's officially a stream. Kayla's told me to shut up once already. when we are 10 minutes, 27 seconds in. New achievement.
I don't know.
Hooray me.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know what you picked up on the bottom?
He's just a cool guy to hang with, man.
You know, that's fair. That's Joseph. He's just a cool guy. He's a cool cucumber.
He's probably secretly watching this.
Oh,
like, really, guys.
Well, I'm trying to coerce him out if he wants to jump on and talk.
Right? I mean, oh, for God's sake.
I mean, Alaric, you can do the same thing if you're up to it. Just saying. Just saying.
Are you sure? Is this supposed to be family friendly?
Ha! Ooh. No, it's good. I guess I will say it again now that we're talking about audience and everything. 94 people follow on Facebook. If we get to 100, you get to hear my lovely voice sing something to you lovely little critters out there. It will be great. It'll be glorious. It'll be fun. I have a few choices, and if enough people say tutu in some form across everything, that might happen. It might not.
Two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a little too much. I think his lips have more of a nude kind of look to them, so he's getting a nice nude lip style color. It's very sexy. It's very him.
I think I'm just doing like a cartoony monkey.
That sounds perfect. And
I mean, damn.
I mean, I don't know. Should I go with more of like a rouge, more give his lips more pop? I don't know.
I have to open up.
Should I give him the geisha lips? I can give it. You know what? I'm gonna give him the geisha lips. Yeah.
Dude.
He's gonna get this lovely nude, and then he's get this beautiful like purple red to really, you know. Yeah, he's getting the geisha lips. He ain't here to protest. He's getting geisha lips. He's totally getting geisha lips.
Oh. Oh
I ain't
God.
kidding. I ain't kidding.
He ain't here to protest.
Yeah, that'll be a soundbite for him. He ain't here to protest.
You went full redneck for that line. Just gonna let you say that one.
You know,
That's cool.
I just go with whatever character wants to channel itself out. Yeah, Kayla, keep at it. See, there you go.
Fuck off, Kermit.
Alright, purplish red.
Kermit needs to leave me alone today. Can't handle the green. I can't handle the green.
Don't worry, baby, we can handle it for you.
What? Why? I'm scared.
Yeah, I always have to make it awkward, don't I? He is looking absolutely hot right now with these geisha lips. He is, oh yeah.
I apologize. I'm not, like, again, I'm, like, trying to combat the monthly double.
Oh my gosh, she is beautiful. Yeah, it happens. It comes and goes, right? And Kayla, you don't have to apologize.
Yes, I do.
It's a bodily function that happens. You cannot control that. You don't have to apologize.
Somewhat ill, though.
Yeah. To be quite honest, it's... Wish there was something, you know, something even more I could do. But I'm a guy and all I can do is go, I don't understand it. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. Pat. Wish you luck.
My girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, crud. No, that's not where I want the weight. Yeah, that is really rough for a guy, yeah. I confess my love to you. I'm gonna, like, go across the sky there and be at a distance. We need time apart. Oh, I took that at a weird place.
The ultimate. I'm turning into the moon. The ultimate friend zone response.
Boom! Right? Well, I'll always love you, but you know, I'll love you from a distance there, right?
That's just mean.
Yeah, that was a really dark twist to that love.
Sad.
One day you should all draw a background and then give your drawings to one of the other streamers to fill in with characters that would live in that background. What do you think about that one, Kayla?
Who said that?
What does it matter? Who says it? You sound very...
Say that in the chat?
Yeah, and on Facebook.
I will find you. And I will hire Liam Neeson to say scary things to you.
Wow, you really don't like backgrounds.
No, I don't.
I think this is why we need to do this challenge.
I think this is why everything needs to just burn.
Hey, I'm very proud of you because you were doing character design and you even came up and said, you know, Princess kind of inspired this design. I was like, oh, you mean this stuff is actually influencing you? Come on. There. I think that's a beautiful idea. I really do. We should just hash out a, you know, Bob Ross background and hand it off to somebody else. Because actually that reminds me, there's some pictures going around. I don't remember the artist's name, so I'm unfortunately unable to give him proper credit for it, but he was getting store-bought paintings, and he was putting iconic pop culture like, you know, people into it. And on scared Pikachu face, you see, you're intimidating our audience. But I
don't know.
But this guy was taking this artist was taking those pictures, and one of them was like a front yard kind of display, and it had a John Deere tractor, like a mower, with a stormtrooper on it, and it had Darth Vader off to the other side with a rake getting the leaves. It was really clever, and he has many pictures like that where he's just taken it and added something more to it. So like I like your idea a lot.
No,
yeah, Isha, that's a great idea.
That good at backgrounds.
See, which is why we need to do it more. Even I kind of struggled with it, I'll admit. But I really do like the problem solving of it. As a matter of fact, I really do want to get back to my my elephant turtwig. The Lovecraftian turtwig. the monk. I think that guy. As a matter of fact, where do I have it? And it's not a recent one. Okay, progress. Oh, that's probably why. It's not in my work in progress folder. Way to drop the ball there. Sorry, give me a brief moment here while I find it. I swear I'm more organized than this, really. It's just a matter of, like, there's so many things. Now, that's a xenomorph. We got... Alright. Which folder did I throw you in? Well, you know what? Probably because... Yep, I was reorganizing things. That's where I put them. Oh, that's Groth. There we are. Put a new document. This guy! My Eldritch Pokemon creature during one of our fusion days. I really want to get back to this guy and get him that environment that I was designing. So yes, we shall do this. And yes, it would be cheating if I actually just, you know, took one of my characters during that fusion day, I guess. I think a fusion day where we take somebody else's background and fuse our own into it. That's true. There's a suggestion for you, Kayla. We could do the like an alien background, and so if it doesn't turn out, you can always just say that there's alien plants and trees in there.
That's what you call cheating.
Yeah, you're allowed.
That's what you call the easy way out.
Yeah, exactly. You could do it.
What? I don't mind.
Joseph looks so adorable with these geisha lips, doesn't? I just swear. What other ridiculousness can I add to this?
It takes me a long time to do them.
Yeah.
Longer than like a stream would allow me to even really. I don't know.
I am. Since Joseph can't protest, I am drawing in bows. He's gonna look beautiful when I'm done. I don't like that design. So you want me to draw a human? Hi, Jessica. think there's a request to draw. Well, I guess, you know, that one's a tricky one. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Jess was just wishing us a good stream today.
Thank you.
There we go. Sorry, yeah, I cleared my throat and I only muted it for the stream. Alright.
It's funny, I tuned it out so I didn't even like register what you were saying because I didn't pay attention to you when you do it.
Alright. Let's see how quickly I can. That's weird. Little tail twitch. Nah, not that one either.
I don't. Oh, okay.
Give it some personality here. Oops.
Sorry, I don't know if people are like typing in Mixer's chat or not. Like, I don't have any second screen again, so.
I had a request. Oops, too much. To make. Actually, let me clarify in my mind. What are. So I get to keep the beak, but I get to make a humanoid duck. See if that's the case. Yes. If that's the case. Let's give him human ears then, because we gotta identify him as a human somehow. You know what? Give him like a Homer, like. Yeah, the perspective of the beak is a little bit off. You know, as for a quick draw, let's go with the first thing that comes to mind. Here, what am I doing? Fill the nostril. A little bit nicer transition on there.
Oh, Windows, stop.
So who is this person? Smoking jacket, or is that too weird? Actually, I'm thinking even weirder than that.
Come on. Can you please not right now, Photoshop? Do not.
I am making a dad joke out of this. And you're probably going to roll your eyes as soon as I tell you it. And that is where this is going. Let's see if I can remember the rest of the outfit properly though. Because I'm doing this all by memory. No reference. Or making this unique. Yeah, he looks crazy, that's the big point. Because here, I'm gonna write in the theme. There you go. Oh, I don't know why I made that uppercase. There you go. So now you know where my crazy mind has gone with this work. That's the theme. I don't know why. I think I turn everything into a stupid dad joke too often. Or not often enough. Oh yeah. See there, you've already started rolling your eyes on me.
The dad, it hurts.
I'm pretty sure there's like a big puffs for the shoulders. You're right. You're right. You're right. So we gotta make. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Let's get this a little bit. This is gonna be part of the cavity, which in this case is. I'm doing a horrible perspective of this skull. That's slightly gonna bug me. So let's again, stop thinking. It's supposed to be quick. That's the point of this. Let's make it quick. Quack, quack, whack,
Whack.
whack,
Whack.
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 Nope.
Whack.
No, that's the whole point of anyone requesting is to make a crazy drawing without reference, without any lookup, and I'm trying to do it from memory, I'm trying to do it quickly. So it's like, just, challenge me. That's part of the request. That's the rules I set up, and we're trying to work within that. Because you're right, I could look up reference. I could. But you know what's more fun? Is seeing what I create when I just think of it myself. If it's not anatomically correct, well then, I had to write that, I had to draw that crap so I can see it, and hopefully change it up the next time. You see, I just had to redo it a few times, and now I feel like as soon as I get the eyes, the rest of this is going to fall into place, because then it's... No, it's got to be that so much closer to that eye. And I did it wrong again, but I'll redo it once more. This comes there. Should curl inward. This is a little off. No, it really should be. Might be. So much bigger because it's closer. And this does not curl out that way. We shall here we go. Exactly. See, you noticed that I did the same thing. I did the eyes real quick, and it made a lot more sense suddenly. And then
that duck, though.
I need this finger wrapping a little bit closer. Oh, get away from me, Racer. See, I'm getting really intense into this. Nope. What kind of madman have you guys made me? Probably no more mad than I usually am.
No. I'll keep that. That should be.
Much happier with this. And then come. You know what? I don't need to see that hand, but I will see. Nope, that was wrong. That was a bit wrong. What's this? Another round. So if I'm going to do that, this needs to disappear. Maybe not there. Maybe more there. Faster now, faster. This is also a test of being decisive on design. So. You know what? I need to fix this. Because there. And back. And roll out the shoulder. Zoom in, clean up the line a little bit more. He's got a big buff shoulder. Got a lot going on. He's strong because he did just rip another duck's skull out of their face, right? Isn't that how that went? I don't know. I don't know it well enough. I'm no Shakespearean. I don't know Hamilton that well. I said Hamilton. Hamlet. I really don't know it that well if I'm going to say Hamilton. Oh, crud, that's right. I forgot to make... Why didn't anybody yell at me? I forgot to do the puffy shoulder. Nope, that's not the eraser, because I need to erase a portion of this. It's this will. Alright, so how does this one work? Is this all gone? Yeah, I understand. And nope, that's all too fast. So, just transition in there. Should it be a fist? Outturned fingers? Give him a sash or a belt of sorts. Just got to resolve what I want to do with this arm. And nope, let's do the other finger. Nope, don't want that tool. Please go away, tool. Yes. Now, is it around the ankles? No, it's the poof. That's right. The poof is at the waist, isn't it? I guess. Just make it quick. Change the weight on those. There we go. Perfect. Thank you for that. Poof shorts. That's right. I guess if that's the case, like forward, so. Clean that up here. Oops, that's way too much. Come on. Go back a bit. There. It needs to be more. Nope. No, not quite. Almost there. Works isn't good enough for me, but we'll have to move it. Enlarge it. Oops, too much. Tone you down a bit, and that needs to go back. Same with you, my goodness. Line weights, come on, let's do this. Maybe this hand needs to be moved yet again, just a little bit more. I make sure it's got the right size though. Line weight, it's to in this case, thicker lines usually mean it's closer to you. It has more definition in some sense, and further away you actually try to make them thinner. It's another way of adding depth to a picture without doing color, without doing shadow. A lot of animation does not bother to do that because it would be tedious to go through every aspect and go, how close is this to this object and not. But it's very good reference if you try to do like 3D modeling and such to look for line weights and possibly even do them for your sketches to have a better understanding what your end result will look like. So it's something I picked up on from studying three-dimensional design. And it's something I really like to use in my my own artwork. So sometimes I'll make a really thin line like this, and I go, well, okay, now let's start governing how big this should be, because technically, like in this one, I want it thicker at this point, but thinner as it goes further back. Same thing here. Yeah, it's another way of thinking two-dimensionally. How can I make this whole item pop out compared to everything else? So like I'm trying to make this front finger here as I'm working on it a little bit thicker than the other line that's behind it, but I mean that line has to be somewhat thick. So it's really like if everything the farthest away it's going to be this thin line, then everything closest has to be this, and then I have to do a variation of what it means to be like this level, and like this level. And then you use those various line weights. And you're going, well, if that's my distance, my closest objects are going to be the thickest I can make them, and everything else falls away from that. Now, of course, you could do and stylize a bit differently. You don't have to follow your exact rules, but you can like break down, like, here's the arm. I want these thick lines compared to those ones being the back. And at the same time, you can see, like, I'm making the poof part, whereas for, like, this needs to be thicker, because this is in front of another object. And then I will thin it back out again. So I'll even make it even larger, thicker. And then this is also a weird transition because this technically goes very thin because it's a part of it's rolling backward, while this portion gets thicker compared to it. And then thins out a little bit because this side of that roll fades away. So it's just really an interesting way to think of your two-dimensional design. And you know, add your own little flair to it if you really want to. See, it's just a matter of trying to make something pop without color. I've always enjoyed it. And even I'm still working on how it works, because it's not, I don't have it as an exact science in my mind. I try to work with whatever piece I'm doing at the time that says, no, this works out really well like this. I like how this does it. So it's like it's all about like the it goes back to like my favorite style is exaggeration, which is why I love cartooning. And this is a way to exaggerate shape or exaggerate look without doing too much. It's a very subtle thing, and it's really like, it's supposed to be more of like it's an optical illusion. It's the same thing when you work with colors. As a matter of fact, you know, my two-dimensional design teacher really disliked, because I just said, I'm going to do everything opposite of what you say on this project. And I thought it was really cool because it really pushed the limit, but he was talking more in the case of like coloring. So there was no inking, no lines at all in that piece. But nonetheless, I was able to use color in the opposite way that he suggested to do the same thing, where I thought it was really clever. I thought I was being clever. He didn't give me an A+. He didn't give me an A. He gave me an A- on it, because he said, you did do something, but you didn't do exactly as I said. And I go, fair enough. Okay, I won't get a perfect grade on this. Thank you very much. I accepted that because, you know, he's right. He's trying to teach me a lesson, and I BS'd my way in explaining what I was doing. And he goes, I understand that. I like what you did. Here you go. But as you can see, even like in the puffs, I'm trying to do this same thing where the main puff section, and then it thins right out. I want to give it definition, some shape in some form, but I don't need to do that with color and shadow everything. So yeah, there you go. Well, see, and this is off. This feels off. Need a proper transition. So then So I always try to take, and that's the thing is like you look at other people's artwork and you go, I really like what they're doing. So Aisha, if you want to play with line weight, by all means, please do. It's a fun thing to do, and when it and even if it doesn't stick in your thing, challenge yourself to like mess with it if you really want it. Because like anything that's designed for animation will always use the same line no matter what. Because the bigger point is they don't need to use the line weight to show that, but in a still you can really just push that limit and say, no, I want to use this. I want to make sure this is noticeable in a different way. Then even I'll have to go in and erase some of that because that's a bit too much. Yeah, it's fun to look at other people's work too and just see what you can do with it in your own way. So who knows? You'll probably find something I didn't even think of while working with it. See if you can do something else, like push that limit. And if you do, let me know. I'd love to see it. Try to make that really thick. Gosh, I'm spending more time on this than I thought I would. I don't know. I'm liking this character. Thank you for the suggestion. This really is a nice tangent to go on. So I'm going to thin you out just a little bit. I mean, this needs to be thinned. As a matter of fact, actually, now that I think about it, if you look at some comic books, I believe Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn, he does a lot of this line weight shifts in his work. So again, I'm not reinventing something. I'm definitely I would have picked up on it probably some of the times when I was reading comic books, certain artists that just do it themselves, and it could be more subtle. Because I'm trying to be more dynamic in my own mind of how I want it to look. Really want to make sure it's like I guess in a sense my own. But it's great about art styles that it evolves over time. Just gotta keep going. There. Yeah, I need to stop fussing with some of these lines and just finish. It is meant to be quick. And I've taken a lot of extra time. So as you can see, I'm doing line weight that's based upon actually the individual pieces, not necessarily my overall. Because otherwise, like this duck has a lot that I need to work on. This duck skull. As I fuss with the line, as I looked at it. It's also like when you're working in vector, it can be a little bit nicer to create your line and go, I just want you to go from thin to thick. Depending on how you break it down. So, but it's really good exercise when drawing. As a matter of fact, one of the exercises I even suggest like doing a lot of times is, come on, of course you're on eraser mode, is taking, going thin, thick, and the first one goes pretty quick. But then you take the one right beside it and you're doing the opposite. This is one of those little things that can help you open up your mind to something like this. And I'll start from the bottom this time. And You know, just take it steady at first. And then, so even this one's getting really far off for me. But yeah, it's one of those things to when just before you draw, you know, like you do stretches before you go and take a jog or lift weights so you don't strain anything. You know, you can do the same thing to open up your arm and open up your how you're thinking about things just by simply I'm gonna take a moment and draw some lines. Draw the most basic of shapes to draw and use that. I find those little exercises are really just a lot of fun too. It's just, so if you really want to, just change it up. Just do something else. Make circles and just vary the size. Let's see, I'm going to start off big, go small, and go back to big, and just, you know, change it up. Do whatever comes to mind. Just take a few moments, like 5 minutes, you know, before you jump into a piece. I should take my own advice because honestly, I did not do that earlier today. Here's the hiccup I've been waiting for. I'm going to take a drink. All right, this leg is definitely at an awkward angle. And well, he's duck. How do you show leg? What kind of leg does he? How much leg does he show? So nope, that's not a good calf muscle. Okay, so how do I want to break up the line? Exactly, it is everywhere. The small variation, how it plays on the eye, it's a big deal. Like I said, I didn't invent this. This is something that's been there for a while. It's just a matter of when you start seeing it, it makes this so much, yeah, so much of a like little epiphany to how your work could be, how much you can take it to another level on things. You know, the only original artist that ever existed is the caveman, right? There was no one before the first person that had ever pick up a paintbrush and draw on a wall. No. Heck, we still have kids that do that with crayons on their parents' walls, right? It's deep in us to just draw like that. You know, I'll admit to something. For a long time, I did not understand feeling in art. I looked at the technical side of everything, and it really, you know, I felt very detached from it because, well, you know, it's a difficult thing at times. I was learning the technical stuff because I was going to school for that. That's what I, you know, wanted to understand, and that was good for me at the time. But then, in order to take my own art to another level, I had to think, how does it? What's the next level for this to really show something? And it's what the artist was feeling. Is how does the technical translate into the feeling, the physical aspect for the, you know, the emotion. So yeah, and I admit that took me a while to get to. Maybe in my old man age, wisdom is what, you know, what was necessary, as a friend had said. You know. Alright, I'm fussing with these shorts a little too much. Overall, it looks decent. To beak or not to beak. But I feel like my legs are going to be kind of out of whack. So I need to come in on this. Yeah, my perspective is going to be quackers here in a moment. No, that was too far. That was too much. I apologize. That wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. Part of me just wants to give the web feet, but I understand Will. Nope, not far enough behind. I really ran up that. Gosh, all I could think of is one that's got this funky tip. Not quite that way. Should I do a bunch of webbed feet? Because that's starting to feel like... It's definitely got the humanoid leg. It's not humanoid leg into. There's typically... That is really far off on its perspective. You know why? Because the angle of which I have this is actually more as if the whole thing is going to be bent. That's kind almost there. That one needs a little fix. There we go. That looks better. That looks more acceptable. It's from here. In this case. Because I feel like I have that foot really far back, like as if this front foot is stepping and that one's into. If that's the case, I need something needs to feel more bent right here. Maybe the knee does need to be a little bit further forward. Oh, that's right. I created a whole nother layer. That's my problem. Delete it. Let's go back. Why do I really want to put it like jaggedness into that knee? Actually, the whole leg kind of looks small, but I guess that's kind of the point. Let's see if I can just awkwardly adjust. That's what I'm thinking. Get more of that lean in. We can give it a little bit more size, shrink wise. See if I can really work with it. I still have to erase part of it. Trying to see if I don't have to destroy all my lines. That's too far. There's still something off. Oh no! Alright. There, I had to reset the Mob Crush Studio unified chat real quick. Now it's back up. So unfortunately it erases everything I have in there. I can definitely see if that's the case, then in order to fix most of this, it's not just alright, let's get rid of that. Add more. So proof does need a little bit. I don't know if it's so much as this needs to wrap. Needs to go further back. Because otherwise, yeah, because it's really got to wrap around that hip back there. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be anatomically correct. I'm just trying to make sure my perspective looks right. Because that's really the only thing that bugs me most of the time when I'm drawing is like, is it set to the right angle, or is it going to be awkward? Most of the time it's awkward regardless. But we will take those off. Kind of cut the line a little bit. Come on, give me back to what I want. So this one. This one has the see if I do that reference, then back to normal. Oops. So in fact, this should be back and possibly. Again, that right leg is gonna bug me a little bit, but at least this front one looks quite a bit better. As a matter of fact, I'm even, because I'm gonna fuss with it just a little bit, because it will bug me. This is not straight on. That's not the angle I want. Give me that. And yeah, it works. The bigger point is, I could go in and, yes, fix this guy up. I'm almost making his body... Oh yeah, that leg is... That's gonna bug me. But it was a quick drawing nonetheless. I think it took more time than I usually try to allot to do these things. But there we are. Actually, it should be higher. But yes. Yeah. For trying to make it quick and with no sketch or other reference, I believe I did very well. That's the point of this challenge, is just do something quick. I already see many things that I'd like to change, but I only give myself so much time to do these requests. And I definitely went over it. But yeah, to beak or not to beak. I don't know, I might come back to this. I might clean it up later. But let's see if we can get back to coloring this beautiful Joseph's face. I left him. Now he has lovely brown hair. Yeah. It's on the darkest side though. There, and should I make it similar? It's holding, and that's the mouth. Let's make his hair lovelier below. Oh yeah, I do that all the time, is stand up whenever I'm designing a character and take a look at it. As a matter of fact, like I really should invest in a I forget it. One of those tall mirrors. Lack of description. Just one of the tall mirrors so I can see full body, or just get a dance studio, like mirror set, just all the way around me, so I could just look at any angle and just go, okay, yeah. That's how awkward it could be. Ideally, most animators, most things will actually go record themselves doing stuff too, so they can see the body's movement, the weight shifts, and everything. It's always really cool. There we go. Definitely make sure it's behind. No, I've already seen an issue of mine. There we go. Back to it. There. Bottom layer. And that was a lot of plus that I didn't mean to. I missed some space. Well, that's right. I was gonna give him bows and everything. I need to really make him pretty. Like he's going out tonight. Again, he's not here to protest. He didn't pick my icon anyway, so I get to do whatever I want. Yeah, I'm just doing traditional coloring because it's relaxing. Plus in Krita, it does not like working with the paint bucket all that well in these cases. I have to figure out the workaround. Which might be just I have to make a selection every time I do it. Which is can be annoying, but because it does not work with the lines. Even if you have them selected and you've endlessly gone over, is this a broken line? Is there any hole in it that would be its reasoning? Yeah, even then. Ram Ranch really rocks. R. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Ram Ranch really rocks. Take it that could be a person. Nope. Actually, I'm doing this more so for the outside. Ram Ranch on YouTube. It's sung? Alright. I'll have to check it out later. Mainly because... Is it done by TechnoX? Or is it free to stream with? So otherwise I'll take a listen afterwards. Alright then. Ah, nice. There it is. Yep.
Daily harvest, daily harvest, daily harvest.
Daily harvest makes it so I'm never missing out on organic quality.
Right. And we'll get to the shadowing after. Get the rest of this in. Gosh, I mean, I need to make that black. Kayla has decided to take a little break, so we will hopefully finish this up. Maybe I'll decide on coloring in my Shakespearean duck after this. I'll probably want to fix up perspective things first. Gosh, now I'm seeing that pink for his face. That's probably a little too strong. Let's see if I can select it. Change it. Actually, I might be able to separate it to one layer. Color shift. This looks like it just needs some desaturation. There. Joseph's hair in there. We'll just make this inside as well. Which is not a big deal because I'll have another color layer over the top of that for the hat. Anyways, because I want the hair underneath just in case. In case I mess with it. You know what? It's a good color balance. Complementary color to it. This is a good fair color to use. Again, we will just go back through. At one point, I even, when I'd colored, saying going out of the lines is perfectly fine. That's what we want to do with this style. And you know, depending on the piece, like many things, it's probably what's best for it. But we all make those decisions in the moment. It's what you're feeling. Hopefully, your client also likes it too. I mean, after all, when you get commissioned to do work, it's really, you're reminding them, like, this is what I do. This is where I am on this page. This is how I present when my art form, my expression. You really want to make sure they understand that before they pick you out, because a lot of times you don't want to be doing a bunch of fixing and eventually realize, like, oh, you just wanted this, and after all, which is not mine. I don't do that kind of work. It's not. It's like I'm not. I respect those that do realistic, graphite, painting that looks really great. I don't have the patience for that kind of work. Because I really like simplifying things. Because in the end, I really feel like I do photography. I'll take a picture of it, turn it black and white, and add a little more effects and everything. Boom, looks like it's graphite. Not exactly, but pretty close, replication of it. But if you got close to it, you definitely won't see the individual lines that are made that those artists are really known for, is the amount of detail in every stroke. Keep it silver because it goes well. Gold will pop too much and then just be a really big distraction across the freaking forehead. Dang. Really want to avoid that as much as possible. There, I think. Should I keep it the same? You know what? I will. It's gonna have silver and glasses. Even though that's not his actual rims, I think. I think his rims are actually more of a pitch black. You know, darn it. It's what I choose. Because you didn't choose this one anyway, so it's my choice. Alright, I'm kind of getting eager to get to the shadows here. See what I really make out of this. Alright, almost there. And then... Oh, no! That's a whole nother drinking game. Draw outside the lines. No! Oh no, that'd be a challenge. We all make a coloring sheet for one another. You can't draw outside the lines. I'd be a jerk and I'd make every single line very thin. It'd take quite a bit of time though. But it'd be worth it to see the torture on their face. Poor Kayla or Alaric, you know? The maniacal means I do. To push them to their limits. Alright. Alright. Geisha lips and everything. Actually, I will separate these. So... cut. And paste. There. So geisha lips are on their own layer. Now the fun part. Well, all of it's fun. This layer goes. I'm gonna make it 52% today. Why not? Let's see what the subtle change is. Alright. Got this. And then now. Alright. There. Assuming that kind of like this, my sunlight is a bit like more overhead, noonish, which I do gotta cast the shadow on the inside of this. There. That one works. Means all of inside here. It's got a deep shadow, so it's gonna be a darker brown. Just fill it all in. It's inside the hat. There we go. As for his face, definitely got then bottom. Very thin because it's kind of like the fold into the mouth. Because actually there should be a deeper one underneath the lower half. Oops. Come on, bring it on. Let's continue. Can we get that lip? Actually, I almost feel like this should be deeper. As it hides there. Like, underneath. There we go. Just want that to be deep, so it's really a big all smile. Guess that also means that the part of the lip too also hides. Let's give it a little rounded feature. Yeah, there, that works. That works beautifully. Same thing for this side. Alright, now we need to get underneath our lip, and we're also going to get the chin. This is pretty darn big. But it also is well hidden. Maybe even actually kind of show a little bit more chin design. We can really cut out some of this here. There. There. Maybe even. So why not? Sure it is really coming out, because that lip is big and voluptuous. Really give him Give those lips some shape. I'm getting messages. Actually, I'm butchering that side. Let's see how we can fix that, because I don't want that much. Is that a hard transition there? Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe. Let's see. This is definitely in shadow. Where's the front of that? It's not. So it's got these big old cheeks. They're just squeezable. Gotta make sure we get that in there. I gotta hold that back a bit. Let's match. We'll see if Kayla will join us back here. Oh, where's the... Come on, let's see if we can fish Kayla back out. See if she can get on. See if we can get a Kayla to come on out and judge my Shakespeare, because I don't know Shakespeare duck. I don't know if she saw the end of that one. Okay. Get that. Oof. Maybe even. Oh, did this. There we go. Nope. Come on. We got this. Man, I'm still on the eraser. It's definitely underneath the eye. Underneath them glasses. Settle onto his cheeks. These shadows are definitely the point of defining more so what how this shape of the face works, and then of course even the glasses themselves are going to need. Get that edge in there. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully Kayla will join here and rip my Shakespearean duck apart that I did earlier. I'm very interested what she thinks on that. Oh, let's actually bring up. Oh, well, it might take a while for her to come back. Well, guess I might just have to go over and rip my own work apart. That works. Let's see how much more we can get done of this. How deep is this shadow? Not nearly that deep. Not that much. Slight roundness. You know what? Maybe there's actually less than I'm even putting in too. Trying to cut that a little thinner. I have to go back. Trying to even it out. And also keep it. It's not a huge transition, it's more of a flat rectangle, slightly rectangular, so it should be a bit more. Or less than, not more, less. Less is more. So let's get this. Now we also even in that got the glasses casting shadow in inside here. Right across the eye. Definitely I want to add some roundness to the edges so you can understand that yes, this is an eyeball. An eyeball has round, it's, you know, like a rounded shape. So I am putting this now. I can't go over that shadow with this, but I'm definitely. And the reason why is because that's actually a highlight in the eyeball. So I'm really going overboard, and I'm going to erase back off. See if I can cut it back further. And the same for over here. And this one, we got to make sure. This one actually is probably going to dictate the line more so of where we cut. So I need to really pull that back. Here. So this line. There. That's my limitation there. Alright, and then of course I'm going to say how this one works. This is, since this is like the inside, all of this is dark. No big reveal there. The non-nose piece has nothing to sit on other than a face. There we go. Alright, now we got this eye to work with. Same time, a little bit more thinning out to do. There we are. That almost worked. You know what? That works. Works perfectly. This has got its own roundness. It's a separate entity from the time, and then bottom of the rim of the glasses. I really could consider doing filters and such to soften up the transitions even more so, and just get a nice blend, gradient of color going across these sections. Alright, so now the hair. The hair is going to be quite tricky. It's got a lot of things going on. So obviously right up close to the face, got a lot of shadow. And right now I'm just going along the edge. There's going to be, just like how there's this little divot here to indicate like there's a bit of a transition there that you don't necessarily see from an angle, but it's there. I'll be doing the same thing with the hair here. It's like the hair, it's like rounded, so I have to make sure I grab that if it comes back up. And then same thing with this portion. Even if it comes down to a smaller point. There. That's a good portion to start of it. And this one, very similar. Just, we have to think about how these angles are working. Looks like this is a little V shape because it's going in and out. And across and up. It's very minor kind of transitions we're working into. How these shapes are, how it's casting the shadow downward across the beard. Because again, it's coming in. See if we can do something. At the same time, some of it just smooths right through. So actually, it looks like that possibly is one of those. And this. Come outward. That one's I'm gonna have to erase back all. There. Again, I'm just exaggerating these shadows a bit so you can see that there's shape to this beard and there's more. And I can also do that with getting underneath them. Get at that. These are rounded portions. They kind of fold back underneath. The human face is not flat. We want to try to portray this. Okay. Now we do have, it's almost like the whole, I really got to get this outline across because the hair is coming outward from it. I do have to, because then I don't have a, what is it? I don't have a inked line right between those. So this is to help define that edge too, to show that that part of the skin is further forward than the hair that's kind of wrapped around. And then a neat little way to transition. So even if you don't put in a line, a shadow can do it for you. Make almost some of these a little bit dirty and quick. Quick and dirty. That's how we like it. And, alright, so this one is actually casting a bit of a shadow over the top. Let's make sure we get that portion in first. Then we know. And it's coming. This tip is a little more so. So that's a little bit more subtle there. So we got deeper shadows towards here. So let's do the other side of the face. Again, just keep working in these transitions. I find this actually probably be more relaxing because now I'm just fleshing out the shape of this picture. I'm just telling it this is how round his face is, how giving it the rest of the character. So coloring is relaxing, but I find shadowing and highlighting just it's a whole nother ordeal, a whole nother relaxing way to think. And then we also got this because that's in front of it. Portray that somehow. You'll cut back. And then again, just like the other side, this is casting a little bit over. So I want to make sure you get that. Awesome. And then when we do the highlight, it'll really make some of this pop. So you'll get some more of the surface information, like how much the light is reflected off of particular objects. I think, for the most part, we are. Let's turn it on and off. Let's turn it off. There he is. It's worth it on. See how much more his face just kind of pulls forward with that? We can turn off all the colors. And even kind of see, without the color there, just how much that really adds a whole nother perspective to it, really pushes it forward. Yes. See, and this is another way, like when you check your works, and this is why it's easy, doing digital. You can turn off layers and go, does it look proper? Can I understand the silhouettes a little bit better? Can I see this? And yes, I can see it. And you know what? Even no. Just a little bit that, yeah, because those lips are give a little bit more definition on how those lips are shaped. That works really nice. See, because this is another way to give us perspective on is this all translating. I do need to net up just a little bit. That's why not. So there we are. Let's go. Yep, we're keeping him with the geisha lips. It's his own fault for not being here to tell me not to. Isn't it just... Well, highlight, and then again, we're going to soften it up. This portion that's going to be soft and a portion that's not. Again, we're going with 52, just because. So fabric, this stuff, fabric always has this very softer kind of look. It won't be harsh because it's not reflecting 100% the light back. So if that's the case, see, the head itself has that secondary one. I'm going to probably set, yeah, about 90. So I don't want to be full, just partial. And these are going to be for the lips. I'm going to do it for the bottom of the rims. Yeah, we're gonna redo that. Getting closer. I'm even trying to get some extra. Oops. Didn't want to make that thin. Alright, if you're not going to work with me that way, let's do it this way. There. Got the other eye. Oh, actually, that was one thing I did not fix. The ink. You. Because I did kind of go a little overboard. How much this? Let's come up on this side. There. Because it's not like really rounded. It's rounded. Yeah, that's the hat. This is the one I want. The right color. And back in we go. Now we got a big old long one just to a little bit thicker towards the front, because again that part's getting close to us. Actually, let's try to get in closer and try to do a little bit better design. Start from both sides. Try to follow our black line as best we can. Keep this going strong. Now let's connect the two. There. Just like we need. Alright, and then we got the metal on this. Alright, now, bigger question is, how much of the cheeks? That really works. Really makes his cheekbones pop. Now it's colored, yes. Yeah, I didn't finish that during the during that Friday, but I've done the shadow, I've done the highlight. I've done my 2 levels of highlight. It's one for fabric, and then one for skin and metal. So it's a more reflective light coming back out of it. But yeah, I'm feeling good about it. And Joseph is gonna stick with those geisha lips. He's not here to protest. Never once. Well, again, he didn't pick mine, he picked Kayla's, so Kayla will be finishing hers sometime for him, and we'll be able to see that. She's going through a little bit of a redesign. Kind of zooming in on the face of the monkey she made. Yeah, that should be really cool. Once she gets that done, you'll be able to see it, because Joseph will have his own little icon, just like I have BoogieMan. She has her ShiftyCat, and Kayla has her ShiftyCat. Alric has Misfit. Now Joseph has Gangmang. And this is it. This is his. And nope. Result 2. From yes. There we go. There you go, Joseph, if you watch this a little bit later. Just for you, buddy. Geisha lips and all. Alright, I think before I wrap things up, I am going to look at my, now that I haven't seen it for a little bit, I'm going to take a look at it. You know what? Yes, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I decided to ignore it. I can't do it now. Alright. How greasy is his hair? Well, that's what I want to do it. Trying to do less is more, but enough so it makes sense. And no, it's fine. I would have been called out on it later anyways. And I'm actually, you know what? A lot of these I'm gonna do something different with these ones. How about that? I'm gonna select them. They're going to be on their own little layer. So there's that. And that one will... Try to cut, paste them. They're their own layer now. Deselect them because I think this is necessary. Blur both direction, very, like up to about 35. Why not? Not the best blurring. Actually, that probably is too much. How about that? That's probably what my problem is. This just has to be enough. This is a very simple highlight that I'm running through on those. Oh, that actually doesn't seem to work for me. Rectangle doesn't work either. Oh no! That is not. What is in my head? What am I thinking else? Maybe it's the type of blur I'm using, really. Because it can make a big difference. Gaussian should be out. But I just type it in. And that's too much. Oh, maybe. 75. Okay, there we go. Now his hair highlights are done. So it's smooth, and it really looks more of like it's dissipating, it's really blending in. It's not the... It's not like the harshness that's on the cheeks here, which is highly reflective. But at the same time, it's not as soft as the fabric up here. It's got its own little... It's got its own work going on. Matter of fact, maybe even... We can play with that one. It's a very similar thing. Except for this one, we do not need to do nearly as much. We can just do a little bit. Okay. There. So the only thing that's got the harshness is the really reflective surfaces like his cheeks and his glasses. Everything else softened up. And his luscious lips with his geisha. I don't know, maybe should I give him some rouge on the cheeks? Maybe I should. If that's the case, then actually it's going to be its own layer. So how much rouge? You know what? I think this is gonna... I'm just gonna put a big old circle there. Big old circle there. Now we're gonna do, again, is how much? He's looking so pretty, right? Yeah, let's go with it's a very nice blend. A little bit more. Okay, look at that. Ah, he's almost ready. What else can I do? What else can I can do to gussy him up? I don't know makeup well enough. I mean, I don't know if I can do. Well, what? No, maybe. Can I? Do it like an eyeshadow? Get that in there. And let's also soften that up. We'll keep it a little bit, you know, because it's more defined, but we'll definitely soften it up. No, there he goes. Now he's got some. Do you usually have to put it underneath the eye too? Is it over and top? I just don't know. I just don't do makeup enough. There, he's got his rouge. Actually, you know, I should have made it more of that pinkish purple. Not under for natural looks. Okay. Yeah, but this is I guess I'm thinking more of like the geisha look. With this, does this still qualify then? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Could I? What more? I must put more makeup on him. Eyelashes. Nope. That was a bit off. Try it again. Support the elbow and now. I get it pretty darn good that first time. Trying to repeat. Nope. Some underneath. Yes. Yes. There we go. He's ready for the ball. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. He's just perfect. I'll have to send this off to Joseph so he can see this. Just for him. Unnaturally white. Oh, wait a second then. Then I need to pale up his skin quite a bit. You know, you're right. You're right. That's right. So, let's see. Actually, I'm going to duplicate the layer. All right, close that one off. I should be able to lighten works with the layer below because that's what I'm trying to do. That's, yeah, again, it's working with the layer below. What am I trying to do? Saturation. Oh no. That's a bit strong in the color dodge. Let's see if we turn that on. We can probably go back. There, we can work with these two layers and just get a percentage. So it's still kind of fleshy to him, but it's... there we go. I think we got it. There we go. It's the geisha. The geisha version of Joseph. Because these are highlights on the glasses. Should be able to have that layer as well. Alright, I'm going to put these all to that lovely little... Oh, that's... did I just... Yeah, that's not what I meant. Please go back to Joseph. What? To not have them in there. I want to make them a group. There it goes. Oh, not even... I did the shift. Not a layer mask. Just group. Deselect it. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself. There's that. There's those. That way, Oh, it destroys that. That means I have to duplicate this once more. Put it inside there for that purpose. So I can easily turn on the geisha look right for him, right there. See? There's Joseph. There's his geisha look. And there we go. That way I can easily keep both versions. Geisha. I like this. I like this transition we made for it. Yeah. Definitely make it more unique. We were able to play with it quite a bit. I like this. Oh wait, cancel. I don't know what's on that. There we go. There we go. And even make a whole nother group so I can easily identify Joseph compared to the other Shakespearean ducks. So yeah, taking another look at this one. Easily the eyes and the for the initial beak is quite off, mainly because I'm also don't have a very good transition lower lip into the face. You know, the back right leg's looking a little bit better, but I think the toes need to be turned out quite a bit more. Quite a bit more, because like it shouldn't be almost facing towards it. It's too stale. It needs to be turned out and at an angle a bit. Just cause. And the same thing can be said about this front one, because if I have the knee right here, I want the whole toe system to kind of come out that direction too. Is the knee and the foot usually line up. There's not too much. There's a little bit, like, if anything, you can't turn your ankle inward on your knee that much, but you can turn it outward. So if any which way, that's the uncanny part, is that our foot doesn't turn. If you try to hold your knee in place and turn your foot in, it doesn't work. But your ankle lets you do it a little bit outward by like about nice little 8 or 10 degrees. It's that direction that's going to mess with me, because I need to make that knee practically just straight down right in front, instead of trying to make it that awkward little. And so it's mostly those. I do like the skull. The skull's looking pretty nice. I could still tweak it a little bit, get the lower half of that, that working out a bit better. As a matter of fact, like the percentages, like the degrees and difference is a big deal in 3D animation, because when you're boning something after you've modeled it, when you're the rigger, you're actually calculating the leeway, how much can it bend outward this way, so the animator has that flexibility, but they also then have the limitation saying that, yeah, the bone doesn't let it flop this way. This kinematic system, between the wrist, elbow, and the shoulder, it only goes this way, and it can actually hyperflex only about like 3 to 5 degrees outward, so they can have that a little bit. And that means it forces them then to, like, say, you'd have a handle on the wrist. When you tell it to extend the arm and they just put that handle, the handle can go off any which direction, but this kinematic says, I have a rule system, I can't go beyond this. So it allows them to just really animate those those handles how they see fit, and try to exaggerate certain forms, but the actual bone structure, what's rigged underneath it, keeps everything governed underneath a certain system of how bones can twist. It's really cool. It makes it a lot easier when you're trying to position things when you have a 3D model, compared to figuring it all out in 2D. So whereas this case you can break a leg without even knowing it. Until you actually take a good long look at it, it's like, that does not look right. So yes. I do like the left hand, but it's a little bit uncanny. It's a little bit weird. And I think that's because the wrist is so much smaller than the elbow. It could really come out and widen quite a bit more. But that's part of that weird perspective. It's got a lot of dynamic. I'll definitely give myself that. It's got dynamic, but it's it's almost too much. And then the secondary finger actually needs to be a lot bigger, where the pinky design is okay. It's that really big first finger, and I'm practically, if I'm doing a finger out like this, that second finger is so much further closer. I need to roll it up a bit higher if I'm going to have it back that far. See? It's these little things. They'll drive you crazy. But yeah, for the most part, I made a humanoid duck. Duck, two beak or not two beak? That is the question. Well, alright. With this, I will say this has been very fun. Love the requests. Always sign everything, right? Own it. Own it. It's yours. I'll probably redo my name, but with that, hopefully, Aisha, thank you for interacting, bouncing things at me. It was very fun. But with this, well, again, say if I get 6 more followers on the Facebook, I will sing for everybody. I stick to my word. Now, Alric, Kayla, and Joseph are counting the amount of times we see Tutu on the Facebook page in some way. So I know they'll keep their count, because if it reaches a particular amount that they're going for, then I'll be wearing a tutu and singing. I at least agreed to that much, reluctantly. But no tiara, no. But with this, I'll say hope everyone stays safe, and you guys keep drawing out there. And that. So I'll finish things up by saying what I normally say. This is the BoogieMan dancing on out of here. I'll catch you critters later.